What's up? Are we on? Let's go. What's cracking? I'm gonna kick this bitch off. We're gonna go through some altcoins hopefully, but first we're going to wet the whistle, and we're going to be joined by very own plugged into the matrix Steezy DGen. So he's gonna come and sort us out and tell us exactly what to do, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to cry ourselves to sleep at all. Wet the whistle with some water, and we'll pick a whiskey. So I've got the number generator. Actually, tunes, boy. We'll get some tunes going first. I'm jacked. Market's pumping. The market's green. Life is good. Easy gains. Everything is just, you can't complain. I mean, at the moment right now, everything's going on. Steezy. What's happening, mate?
How are we?
I'm well. And you?
Oh, bloody beautiful, mate. Never been better.
Beautiful. That's good news. I'll just try and get your volume good. Here we go. Hopefully that comes through all right.
Yada, 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 yada.
Yes, looks sweet on the settings. Going to pour myself a drink and then we'll get into this.
Are we live?
Yeah, we live, boy. How are ya?
Good. Yeah. It's a good time to be a crypto investor and fanatic.
It is. It's a good time to be here. We're cracking a fresh bottle of Monkey Shoulder. It is a good time, isn't it? It's basically what we've been waiting for the whole bear market. So,
Couple of years
of patience, locked in our basements, waiting for the inevitable. And here it is. Here you go. Cheers. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Do you mind sharing your screen on the Zoom so it's not lagged for me, please?
Yeah, bro. So I've got to share the link to the group too. Steezy. Where are we?
You can't hear the dog barking, can you?
Oh, a little bit before, but no stress. Touch. Share screen. This one. How's that?
Righto.
Yeah, man. Market's good. It's been pretty much straight up. Ethereum getting a bid.
Yeah, the old the ugly cousin who lives in the roof, the fucking
Hugo,
one that we thought died years ago, who's been hiding up there in the cupboard.
Skeleton.
Finally showing its head.
The skeletal remains dropped out.
Popping out. Got a bit of catching up to do, old Ethereum.
It does, That's the beauty.
Some pretty big developments today with BlackRock filing in Delaware for the spot ETF for Ether.
It's funny how that shit's just obvious and inevitable, but at the same time, such a shock.
Yeah. Well, we always knew, it was sort of inevitable after Bitcoin, as Bitcoin and Ether are obviously the blue chips. But yeah, it's great to see that Big Larry given both Bitcoin and Ethereum the nod of approval for institutional investments legitimately, giving them some good credit.
It's just money. It's just easy money for them, isn't it? Really, just print the ETF.
It's sort of a no-brainer, really, with Ethereum too. You could, with Bitcoin being digital gold, Ethereum you could think of as digital oil.
The fuel behind the payment system.
Yeah. Not even that, but just like the apps, the app layer, it's like the Apple store of crypto, Ethereum, pretty much.
The internet.
Yeah. And then it sort of makes you think, what spot ETF's next? Is it Solana?
Probably would be. Hey,
You know what I mean? Like Solana has a lot going for it. It has a lot going for it. I'm sort of turning into a bit of a lover of Solana, if I'm honest. I think that I think it stands the best chance of being number 3.
yeah,
I don't see it as like an ETH killer anymore. I see it as like just another blue chip that could potentially cement itself as potentially, you know, like a payment layer because of the fees, because of the speed of transactions, because of the organic community, and just the fact that Solana's miraculously shrugged off that predatory relationship it had with SBF and Alameda, which is good to see, you know, like we were sort of, there was a big shadow, a big cloud over Solana's head, but from what's been happening, they have sort of shrugged it off, and the community's still there and it's still building. Devs are deving. They just released the Firebird, a Fire Dancer upgrades, and I believe they're in talks with Visa, exploring payment settlements. So yeah, they do have a lot going for them. I do like
Devs be Devon.
Nice little number 3 in the bag.
Yeah, I think the after the whole of 2017, 2018, where Ethereum was the all-star, but then the Ethereum killer narrative was existent then, albeit a bit of a joke. It was Neo, the Chinese Ethereum. There was more like different nation alternatives for Ethereum. That was sort of the 2018 sort of era, and then Ethereum killer still existed, especially at the start of the 2021 bull run, with like and then evolving into layer 2s as well with Matic and that. But I think the Ethereum killer narrative is so exhausted now, and it's just like, all right, there needs to be a second place. Solana can take it. For those that don't mind the decentralization, those that don't mind, it's just like, what else is there? So it's just like, I think that narrative is just pretty much, you know, accepted that it's not gonna, you can't beat Ethereum, but hey, a nice little relaxed,
you can coexist.
Yeah, or a coexisting second place blockchain of being Solana. That's okay. That's okay.
It's better than XRP. You know?
Yeah, well, it's not even really drinking the same Kool-Aid though, is it?
Yeah.
Apologies to any XRP lovers, but not.
Yeah, sorry, Paulie.
But at the same time, we're in crypto to escape the banks, not to try and help them or whatever XRP you're going for these days. Hey, if you can make money on it, power to you. The XRP chart, though, is one of the most strangest looking things in the whole crypto space right now. There's no just flick over to it real quick. Different one. That's Ripple. So there we go. Just a whole lot of
It's an abomination of a thing, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, I suppose it is uptrending, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose it is. So hey, there you go. Sorry about that. You can jump on board with everyone else. You make money, you trade the coins, you make the gains. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What are you in it for? Are you in it for the XRP club? You know, you want to be a Link Marine. You want to be part of the army, the community. You want to jump on the board. You want to sit in the Telegram group and talk about sniff the asshole of the CEO, or do you want to just trade the highest volatility, biggest opportunity space in the world and just make gains and not really be fussed? But speaking of fussed, I would like to hear your opinion on some news, some recent news. Just because, you know, nobody covers it better.
What would you like to know, my friend?
Well, I'd like to know some of the things that we covered in the group, in the news channel.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of news overnight. Waking up this morning, those in the channel would have seen quite a wall of news that I've posted first thing, 6 a.m. So yeah, the main bit of news was obviously BlackRock exploring the Ether ETF, filing in Delaware, which is thought to be the first step in the Ether spot ETF chain.
The iShares Ethereum Trust has just been registered in Delaware. For context, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust was registered in a similar manner 7 days before they filed the ETF application with the SEC. So you can't get past the cryptoverse, the Twitter geeks. Everybody's just very fast on the pulse, quick on the trigger to know any news and any leads, any breadcrumbs, just vacuuming up the breadcrumbs basically. And so they haven't registered it yet, right? Is that right? They haven't registered it yet. They're just they done the thing they done before they done the thing with Bitcoin.
Yeah, they've registered it before they've registered it, so to speak.
It's an announcement of an announcement.
The precursor to the registration of the registration to be registered.
Exactly what's going to come. Everybody, if it's your first crypto bull market, get ready for announcements of announcements of announcements.
Yeah, never-ending announcements.
Just announcements.
There is that thing also. It's going to be interesting to see if the official announcement of the Ethereum ETF being a sell the news, or if it's just going to absolutely giga-send the price, sort of like it did with Bitcoin. We haven't really seen a sell the news event, so to speak. Potentially could see that when the ETFs are inevitably approved. Potentially we get some sort of small sell the news event, which in my opinion would be a brilliant time to buy the dip, slurp the dipperino. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of time, really. And it sort of leads on to the next bit of news that I've posted, which is the spot trading volume increasing after multiple months of decline, which is obviously historically spot coming in is a significant indicator of trend, a new trend, the tide, the wind's turning, for potentially beautiful Zupa cycle.
People are trading spot crypto. People are buying and selling the actual coin instead of bots trading with leverage, and instead of derivatives traders, institutions trading derivatives and contracts. It's true spot. And why do you buy spot? It's easy. What do you buy spot for?
Why do you buy spot?
Why do people buy spot?
You want exposure to the asset itself. You want to hold the actual thing. You don't want to have a derivative of the thing. You actually want to hold it.
So it's people are buying it for potentially to long-term hold.
Yeah, exactly right. They want the thing. They want to hold the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. They don't want to hold just a futures position, that is a derivative of the actual thing. They want the thing. They want to have that sitting in their self-custody wallet. Yeah. Pretty as fuck watching it go up in value over the next few months, years.
It's like buying spot Bitcoin, like buying actual Bitcoins, like the equivalent of buying physical gold, but it's not without the physical problem.
Exactly.
Without the problem of it being physical.
Yeah. It's a big indication. It's definitely
cool.
Something to take into account. It's a big thing. Especially after multiple months of spot declining, we finally have it increase, which it's significant. It's just beautiful how things are really lining up. We've got the spot ETF approval imminent. We've got the Bitcoin halving. Two incredibly bullish catalysts that, it's just, I don't think people can really grasp how bullish this is. It sort of hasn't really sunk in, I don't know if it's the PTSD of having multiple years of just down and chop and just absolute, torment and trauma.
Yeah.
These things are just so incredibly bullish. It's just hard to convey that conviction to normies who aren't in the space daily like we are, you know?
Yeah, it's lined up perfectly for just a stealth pump. A stealth
Yeah, which is the
infinite
best
pump.
kind. It's the best kind.
Best
It's
kind
just
for
going to
anyone.
absolutely rip face, and then you're just going to have so much sidelined capital that, you know, it's just sitting there waiting to FOMO in.
As unfortunately, most people in the last bull market or the last two bull markets were hurt by crypto, just trading and investing wrong, not being in the blockchain bulls group, and just having unfortunate information potentially, or us succumbing to the lack of knowledge and emotions. They've been hurt, and then anybody that's hurt is just a lot of time scared to re-enter somewhere where they've experienced pain. And then people that haven't entered the market or got involved with crypto, they've just heard stories, and mostly horror stories. If say 90% of people lost money last bull market, they've just heard bad stories, bad things. So just the negative. When people talk to me about crypto and how's crypto going, and I say that it's just done nothing but basically go up all year, they truly perplexed. The look on their face is, wait a second.
Disbelief.
It's disbelief. He goes, wait a second, I was expecting him to say, oh, it's shit. Oh, I heard it was shit.
Oh, it's gone to zero.
Yeah. How about this thing, CME?
Yeah, it's a huge announcement, really. Or it's a huge development. CME futures open interest surpassing 100,000 Bitcoin for the first time ever, and taking over Binance.
Yeah, Wall Street has entered the chat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge, man. This is it's kind of mind blowing, you know, that we're at this point now.
It's like a golden age. It's the asset is low enough market cap to be high in volatility, but Wall Street is also involved now, and as Wall Street enter, you know, more and more, and then the market cap goes up, and then the volatility will slow down. It's sort of like this golden age where it's mixed with like institutional trading, but also high volatility in an asset that's inevitably going to be low volatility when it becomes so huge. It's just like it's a very strange era right now, I think, and it's still below all-time highs, and but more bullish than ever. So it's like it's
definitely
wild,
like
bro.
a stealth pump brewing, you know.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, it's big.
And
yeah, it's crazy. Bitcoin's return over a decade against top non-cryptocurrency assets. That's another post that we did. Pretty crazy to think about in the last decade.
Oh, just up.
Yeah, Bitcoin's gone up, what? 569,772%.
You'll hear that from most of
Tesla.
You'll hear that from like,
12,000%.
I mean, that's pretty fucking hectic too, the Tesla gains, but
Apple 736%.
it's like you're not going to get rich investing in Apple.
Yeah.
You're not gonna leave the 9 to 5 investing in Apple. I think that even if you do compare Bitcoin to stocks and all that sort of stuff, it's on a whole nother level. And then you can't really even compare it to gold, because maybe you can compare Bitcoin maybe to an early gold, but how early do you go with gold? It's been around forever, so
Pre-spot ETF.
Pre-spot ETF, oh.
Yeah, that's really when you can compare it. And then if you look at gold, what gold did after the gold spot ETFs were approved, it absolutely sent.
It absolutely sent, and that could be the floor plan for what happens with Bitcoin when the ETF gets approved. It just goes up. You know, maybe that might be the proof of no chart, essentially.
Yeah.
Righty.
Yeah, I'll when you're ready, I would like to just go over what we covered last week briefly on the VWAP, on the yearly VWAP. Tell you my plans now that we've sort of had a pretty intense pump.
Let's do it. I'll pass it over in a second. We've got Blockchain Bulls channel. We've seen over $300 million liquidated. So we talk about how open interest is at open interest highest since April 2022. $15 billion in open interest. That says that the market is going to be a lot more volatile and erratic. There's going to be a lot more people losing money. It's going to get, as the open interest starts increasing, there's more money for people to lose. There's more emotion in the market, and there's going to be more volatility. More volatility means more pain, but also more opportunity. Also got the trade ideas, which is flying. We've got gains, 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 gains. If you don't want to join the Blockchain Bulls, at least come and join the chat. You can see the link in the description below. I'll pass it over to you now. Steez, man. Where do we go?
Healthy.
Steez, man. There we go. More participants. Host. Make host. I think that's the way to do it. There you go, bro.
Alrighty. You see that?
Boost. I'll just bring it to full screen here. Give us 1 sec. Alright, I'm in. We're in.
Alright.
Yep.
So the old VWAPs that we covered last week. Yeah, I'm mainly looking at the yearly. So it's an interesting picture that's been painted. I think we were sitting around here, around this big buy delta candle last week, or the last time we spoke a couple of weeks ago. So now we've just had absolutely just up only sort of buying, and now we've actually pretty obviously reclaimed the 2021 value area. So we're obviously, these are the yearly VWAPs. So we have the developing yearly VWAP here, which is this VWAP that is obviously changing. It's the 2023. We've got the 2022 inside that one, and then we've got the 2021 here, which is this. So you can see we have popped up into the 2021 value area low. If you see it continues along here, that's technically the 2021 value area low. So logically, from VWAP perspective now, if we manage to stay inside this 2021 value area, we'd be looking at the 2021 VWAP, which is 45k.
Oh yes.
That's the next sort of level of interest and resistance. So my main plan now, obviously we are at some significant resistance. We rejected off the Q2 value area high, which if we bring up here, I'll come back to this one. So this is the quarterly VWAP. Change that time for you to see. So these are all quarters. So the Q2 VWAP is this one here, where we've had the Q2 value area high, Q2 VWAP. Q2 value area high is acting as resistance right now. And we've had like a pretty obvious sort of stall at this level.
Grab of liquidity.
We haven't even really tested the developing quarter value area high at all. This is just
too
sort of
bullish.
Front running it. Yeah, we haven't had any sort of entry into that at all.
No chance to buy.
Pretty cool to see. But yeah, so basically my ideal situation for me now, as we discussed last 2 weeks ago with the fractal, if we get some sort of rejection back to this previous yearly value area high. This is an absolute, you can see by my alarm here, extremely important bidding level by max spot now. Just to remind me that this is going to be an absolute giga buy opportunity if we see that fractal play out
If
that
you
I
get
covered
it.
2 weeks ago. If you missed it, go back and watch that stream because it was some absolute beautiful fractal shit.
Alpha.
Yeah, if we see that, potentially, I'm thinking we actually make some sort of a range here now. So I am thinking we sort of bounce around the Q2 value area high and the 2021 value area low. Maybe sort of just do a little dootsie around here. Maybe we have a big flush at some point coming back, and it would be really even better if this developing yearly value area high time and space plays out. So we range around here a bit, maybe we get another rejection, swing that back in, chop around a bit, and then we see this developing yearly high come up and coincide with this previous yearly value area high. That's 2 absolutely incredibly key levels converging there. Maybe we have something like that play out where we then dip here and these 2 levels are here. We get some sort of wick through, reclaim, and that sends us back up into the stratosphere. That's the level I'm watching right now.
I think that's like that's dreamy.
Yeah, it would be literally dreamy if we do see this time and space play out and we see the price bang, these 2 levels, reclaim. This would just be absolutely generational buying opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah, not financial advice, but
yeah, not financial advice. Obviously, we covered that, but I'll be taking out as much of a loan as I can, potentially using the DeFi Aave loan system, going 1.5x, leave it up,
literally.
And just trying to get as much spot exposure as I possibly can, because I think this is the start of something beautiful. I think it really is, but for the time being, I'm not really looking at big levered positions because I do believe we are going to sort of range out here for a while now. We're at a key resistance level. We've just had up only price action. So it would not surprise me, and I would not be phased if we did run some of these lows, as obviously there's resting liquidity below
so much
these lows.
So much.
So there's this prime
there'd
amount.
Be so many stop losses there.
Prime amount of liquidity to grab there, and
That's
a
true.
lot of panic that you could potentially induce, which is even better. So would not be surprised if we've got some really big fish waiting for the time and space to play out, like I said, for these 2 levels to converge. And then we have that flush, and then we have just an absolute gigasend start of the real bull run, so to speak.
2 things. One, I thought that might be cliche and just run and tag 40k or around that before doing what you just spoke of. You know, it just be like some sort of cliche move. But there probably is enough leverage in the system for it to just stop now. I think the party could stop right now for a flush out for sure. It would just be like, you know, it's just like the irony tags for 40k 40.1. Like it's ridiculous, but it does do that shit. The other thing was
there's just so much liquidity here too. Yeah. These are just like, it's just absolutely prime pickings. That's what my eyes drawn to. There's so much liquidity under these. That's just, you know, I'd be, if we just, like, anything's possible, we could just fucking continue sending, you know what I mean? And just up only, no pullbacks, which is, I don't know, not ideal, but
It's happened before.
Yeah, it's happened before. We
It
just
happened
play the cards we're dealt.
in 2021. Bull run, the open interest, the funding rate, everything just went to astronomical levels that made no sense, and it just gigasends up without giving a fuck about anything being over leveraged or anything that doesn't even matter. It's just spot driven, and like the start of 2021 on the far left of your chart right now, how everything just full mooned. And if you flick over and have a look at the funding rate, then it just goes to like all-time highs, and then you look at the open interest and it just goes ridiculous. It's just like doesn't even matter. You get a couple of those erratic volatile pullbacks, corrections and stuff along the way, but bugger all really. Like look at the, like even where your mouse is, go up a little bit and then to the left. Oh no, down, yeah, down a little bit. Yeah, like all right, like that. Just a scraping up, big candle up.
That's exactly right. That's
retrace.
So similar. Yeah,
it just
yeah.
does that shit, bro. When you see charts like that, where it's just like channeling. It's like channeling. It's like flagging, but like to the upside.
It's just grinding up.
It just grinds up. But honestly, it's so bullish. Like that right there is just so bullish, man. You just can't even like.
Bullish.
There's just so many buyers.
I would, that does look very similar to what we're seeing right now, but I also think this is what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
This looks so eerily similar to me, this price action. It's
Yeah.
sort of like, maybe it's not so, yeah, I don't know. It just looks
Either
so
or.
eerily similar. Yeah. I truly believe we are right here, right now, potentially in the cycle. And if, they rhyme. So I think we're going to see, like I said, time and space play out. We have a massive flush, wipe out all of this liquidity into the converged levels. Time and space has played out. Like I said, 31K. Bang, spend a bit of time here where the panic sort of, oh, it's over, we're going back to 12K, Capo was right, sort of shit, sell your bags. Meanwhile, the big players, look at these wicks, that's obvious, getting bought up. So
room for a bit of uncertainty and questionable actions.
We see, we just bang, 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 and then absolutely gigasend for this. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Say I'm new
to
the market, or I'm experiencing serious FOMO and I've got 10 grand right now. Would you say the play is potentially buying now, buying some now, splitting the bag, buying some now in case it is something that's just going to grind and continue higher, but not using leverage, or maybe using such low leverage that it'd have to flush all the way down to 20K or something for it to knock me out, and then saving the other half of the dry powder for a pullback?
Yeah, not financial advice, obviously. This is just entertainment purposes, speculation for myself. But yeah, if I was a new trader, I had 10K to blow, I would not be phased at putting 5K in right now, because you never know. We could be here. This could be where we're at, and we just have no sort of opportunity. Like,
maybe it go up, and maybe it go down.
Yeah, maybe it go down. Like if you bought 5K, and then we had this play out, you've got 5K of dry powder there to get this, in my opinion, generational buying opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you buy 5K now and it just keeps grinding up, well, then you can just fucking
shoot the other 5 on altcoins.
Yeah, or just put them on other high-performing altcoins that we have a nice little stack of altcoins that we're looking at. Personally, I definitely do.
Yeah.
And I'd like
a good
to
message.
Have a quick look.
A good message that I would like to share from experience is that psychologically, it is easier, far easier, to just put your whole bag on a trade right then and there and just commit to that, and then just decide let the market decide whether you're wrong or right, and just don't touch it, and the hard work's done, and I can relax. It's much harder to split your bag up, enter a bit there, wait patiently. If it goes up, not have FOMO and be upset that you didn't put the whole bag in, or if it goes down, not freak out, take it out, just split your bag up, and then have potentially multiple entries in an asset, instead of just throwing it all in and then going, oh, thank God that's over. See what happens.
Yeah, it's good to dollar cost average. Like, you know, I think it's a great time to just dollar cost average. If it just keeps going up, well, sweet, you have a lower buy price. If it goes down a bit and then goes up, well, you're going to get a lower buy price. So just split your bag up, dollar cost average in a bit each week. You know, if you've got 10 grand, $1,000 each week, that's a pretty good schedule in my opinion. But yeah, this is one of our beloved altcoins. Lido.
You were catching it mid pump.
Yeah, truly. Well, that's a beautiful chart.
Holy shit.
That just looks like it's going to send.
Up and to the right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
How good does that look, man?
Beautiful rounded bottom there recently.
Yeah, it's a crazy, beautiful looking chart. Like, we had this nice little reclaim of this bottom trend line, this bottom meme line, and now we've even reclaimed this other meme line. So it's just absolutely sendy.
Meme line conversion.
Meme line reclamation. And then let's have a little look-see. Oh, yeah. Solana. What were we just talking about? Number 3.
Fuck me, he doesn't stop.
It's pretty remarkable too with Solana when you think about the overhead sell pressure coming from Alameda. It's just been absorbed. So obviously people are, you know, they're willing to buy Solana at these prices, this big supply of Solana, which is pretty fucking bullish.
Unless they haven't sold theirs yet.
Yeah, unless. But yeah, there's 2 beautiful altcoins. I've been in Lido for quite a while now in spot. I think I got it. I don't know. I think I got it sub 150.
Yeah.
So I think I got it around sub 150 in this sort of consolidation. But yeah, it's a nice play. Yeah. So
Rollbit. How's that
Rollbit.
still going?
Having a little bit like the high time frame chart.
God.
It's still up only. You know what I mean?
Up only.
That's still up only. It's the daily chart. This is ahead. Lido's probably here in the scale of meme line reclaimery. So Rollbit's sort of
long on human degeneracy. And Rollbit's still missing from large centralized exchanges, right?
Yeah, it's not on. It's only on Femex, I think.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on.
Quality check potentially. I don't know. It's strange.
Here we go. Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 in our other favorite. That looks beautiful to me as well. Can't really go wrong with a bit of Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 shitcoinery.
It's soaking up a lot of buying. Hey, how's that for a cup and handle pattern?
Exactly right. Bang.
Old school.
You see a little, the perfect
old
cup,
school.
Handle, bing, doink.
Bing. Has it got the market cap yet? I can't remember.
I
think it had max circulating supply though, didn't it? From what we talked about the week. Was that Harry Potter?
Memory, it does,
Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10. Big Mike, Inu.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
I suppose we also have to have a look at the darling of the market, Injective.
Yes. The big one.
That's just been absolutely grinding up.
You just It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Also, optimism looks pretty okay. That is an absolute giga hammer of a candle.
Yeah, wow. 70% or something. What was the optimism news?
There was recent optimism news, wasn't there?
Let me see.
I think it was something to the OP stack. Some integration.
Optimism's Bedrock upgrade killed MEV
Yeah, that's right.
sandwich box
Yeah.
activity thanks to its new 1559 style gas price market. And then you said, this is great work by OP. If you do a lot of on-chain transactions trading, you'll be familiar with predatory sandwich bot attacks. It's important to use an MEV blocking RPC when on-chain. So is it possible for you to explain it's important to use an MEV blocking RPC when on-chain?
So a sandwich attack is basically a form of front running. So a bot looks for a pending transaction on the network. I'm reading this from I just Googled it to put it simply.
No worries.
So a nefarious trader looks for a pending transaction on the network of their choice, for example, Ethereum. The sandwiching occurs by placing one order right before the trade and one right after it. So in essence, the attacker will front run and back run simultaneously, with the original pending transaction sandwiched in between. So the purpose of placing these two orders and surrounding pending transactions is to manipulate asset prices.
Because on-chain activity is transparent and easily seen.
Exactly right.
You can...
There's actually, I found this out from one of the Discords I'm in. There's a notorious sandwich bot user who goes by the .eth ticker Jared from Subway. And I'm not kidding about that. This guy is apparently a extremely lucrative sandwich bot attacker who, he manages to sandwich attack millions of dollars from users daily, as far as I know.
Fucking hell.
But it can be mitigated by simply using an RPC like MEV blocker. So in your MetaMask, obviously when you put in the RPC like a network, you manually add a network. So for instance, you're going to add whatever, BNB or Arbitrum or Base. You put the network name in, you put the RPC URL in. So for MEV blocker, you basically just add a new network to your MetaMask. It's called MEV blocker. It's on the Ethereum mainnet, still uses the Ethereum mainnet. It's not another chain. You just change the new MPC URL to rpc.mevblocker.io. The chain ID stays the same. Number one, currency symbol is ETH. Block Explorer, still Etherscan. And by using the MEV blocker, it actually prevents the sandwich attacks. So you should be using an MEV blocker as often as possible. You can also use things like KuCoin, which I have mentioned in Blockchain Bulls chat before, which is a decentralized exchange. Yeah, it's an aggregator. It offers MEV protection. I do like KuCoin quite a lot. And yeah, basically the MEV blocker protects from most kinds of front running, but especially from trade sandwiching, which is when a searcher trades just before and just after your transaction to make a profit. So yeah, if you're not using an MEV blocker, I highly recommend that. That is financial advice, and that will save you some pain.
That is financial advice.
That is financial advice. Use an MEV blocker. Beautiful
advice, mate.
So yeah, that's basically all for me. This chart's a bit of a clusterfuck. The weekly Bitcoin price. For those of you who can read charts, I'll just leave it like this. Like, it's obviously hard to hard to read, but we are at quarterly resistance, which I went over earlier. Q2.
So a lot of what you were doing in that chart that you just showed there is instead of just drawing support and resistance of previous price action, well, it is previous price action, but it's also previous price action of important areas that are included in the VWAP indicator that you're using, the value area high, value area low, and quarterly opens, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I use the yearly VWAP levels, which is obviously the most precedent or the highest value ones. I use the quarterly, I use the monthly and the weekly. And then I've also got, you can see here, so credit to C2M, who has this phenomenal VWAP labels and VWAP suite indicator. Highly recommend the indicators, they're really, really valuable. Also use the Spaceman BTC key levels for...
That one's free.
Yeah, that one's free, the Monday high, Monday low. And also sort of monthly open, weekly open, quarterly open, significant levels. So basically my whole strategy of trading is around mapping out key levels, where I want to do business, ignoring all the noise in between, waiting for price to reach these key levels, and then waiting for certain price action to play out at these key levels, whether it be swing failure patterns, mousetrap setups, market structure breaks, order blocks, breakers. This is all sort of a blended mix of trading concepts, which I can thank people like Trader Main, C2M, ICT, sorry. Sort of like a blended strategy that I use that I'm still refining. So it's sort of a work in progress every day.
Having patience as your number one weapon.
Absolutely. The main factor is being patient and waiting for price to reach your levels and not chasing price, not
letting the trade come to you.
FOMO. Exactly right. Letting it play out, having the patience to sit out when price does not react the way you want it to. So yeah, for instance, like I probably wouldn't have taken it short here. I know some people in C2M's group did, but to me, there's not really, unless I had XO charts open to see a footprint chart, this price action to me was not a short. It's just not a convincing sort of top, but obviously we've had a rejection. So obviously they're levels to respect. We had monthly resistance, quarterly resistance, and a daily bearish order block. So you should have been looking for shorts there. So bravo to anyone who did that, had the courage to. But that did play out last night at about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So
it was shorted hard and fast.
Yeah.
Quite unexpected.
Yeah. So
beautiful, mate.
Yeah, that's it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll hand it back to you.
Right on. Flick it over. How do I? Let me know if I've got oh yep, here we go. Baduska. Share my screen for you. Just if maybe we could wrap it up soon.
Yep.
I'll go through some altcoin trades probably tomorrow. Just some boring do some boring shit tomorrow. But when it does come to altcoins, like the ones that you did look at earlier, has there been any altcoins potentially that you feel like there's action could be taken now or soon?
Good question.
Because that's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for trades that are doing crazy, out-of-pocket things.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for altcoins with potentially low pullbacks that are corrections or extreme corrections that are either liquidating, grabbing liquidity, or trying to freak people out, and maybe potentially longs looking for a trend follow-up. Maybe stuff like potentially catching things like this in the action. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Actually catching longs in the action, or setting alerts for longs like that, or even just looking for the unicorns and looking for coins that are exercising low volatility, corrections, pullbacks, exercising low volatility shown by the BBWP. A couple of blue bars, just trend following mostly. Like there's actually last night was a good excuse for a lot of altcoins to grab liquidity, wasn't it? If you
Last night was a really good sweep.
If we have a look at like that, most are showing the same sort of price action, and then just a holy moly, just a reversion back. Yeah, done a lot of
the
talking.
Chinese special.
We've done a lot of like a lot of the same shit really, like last night. It's basically and then a reversion to the mean. So a bet on longs now in these altcoins. Obviously that's swing failure pattern, or
yeah, well that is a swing failure pattern because it swept that low, the previous low just to your left there, and then closed back above. So
just a basic swing failure pattern.
Yeah, basic swing failure pattern.
So support, just clear support. You can sort of just see a bit of a range here, or a square, just for people's an easier sort of a bit of a square for the eyes, for the eyeballs. And then like that, the biggest thing I think for especially new traders to understand is when you see things like this, what that shows to me is just people losing money,
getting wiped out,
people taking bad trades, getting wiped out, and then others entering new trades. So if I were any of these people betting that the price was going to go up over this whole period of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll most likely, human psychology, use leverage, as much leverage as I can with the human psychology that exists, and putting a stop loss as low as my brain or my rules let me, as high as my brain and rules let me. So most stop losses will be based on previous price action, current, recent, prior, or a lot of people, a lot of traders, even bots will set alerts. I'll set stop losses on serious support. But the thing that I've learned over all these years of trading is that supports and resistances are there to be broken temporarily. Supports and resistances are there to be broken temporarily. So this is just all those people that set their stop losses here. If here I lose money, here I cut out, here I lose money, here I lose money. And if I'm betting that the price is going to go up, I'm longing, then my stop loss means I have to sell at a lower price. Sell at a lower price. So when this comes down, all these people are selling at unfavorable prices to people. They're selling it to someone, right? So they're selling it to people that are buying at favorable prices. So all these people that bought the whole way down, bought, sell, buy, sell, buy. And all these people that are buying at these areas, that's why you see these flick up so fast, obviously, because all the selling happens mainly on the way down, and then they pump the fuck back up with all the buying, and then they continue on the path, just revert straight to the mean. And they're the sort of things that you want to, unfortunately, take advantage of, is other people losing money. So that's what I've been saying a lot in the streams lately, is looking for people losing money, looking for liquidations, looking for ideal entries, because the ideal entries are ones where people are losing money, basically. And then once this has happened, it's actually quite difficult for the price action to come all the way back down here. It can, and often does, make another low. You make a low and then you make a higher low. It'll come and try another attempt and just squeeze out, drain any sort of leftover liquidity there. But for the price to come back below. So an entry around here with a stop loss below the wick, I find to be quite profitable. Steezy, what do you reckon about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think it also is just so important if you are going to be trading with leverage to always take profit when it's there. I don't want to be the person, who takes a big leverage trade. You see it go up multiples, and then you just think, oh, it's going to go a bit more. I'm just going to, my stop's safe here. I think if you're using leverage and you've got profit, you need to take it. Otherwise,
So true.
these wicks do wipe you out. I've been stopped so many times
So
just by
many.
predatory wicks, and just seeing high profit get wiped out. Just
Makes you feel like they were targeting you.
yeah, it really does. There's just these predatory wicks that just wipe people out. So
They were targeting everybody because
if
everybody
you
was doing the same thing.
exactly right, if you're trading with leverage and you got profit, just fucking take profit. Just take profit.
So
There's
true,
no
man.
point like just waiting and hoping it's going to go up and thinking it will. You can always get back in the trade. Take your profit when it's there, move on to the next trade. It's just a trade. You don't need to babysit the same trade unless you get an absolutely unbelievably good entry. Just take the profit, re-enter, take the profit, re-enter. That's the key to being profitable.
And if you have to compromise, take most of the profit and then let a little bit ride.
Exactly. Set your stops to break even. Let the rest ride. You've got nothing to lose. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out at break even, obviously accounting for fees and whatnot. So
there's an infatuation with with your entry being the end of the range, being the last low in the range.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. A prime example here is all the way since the 24th of October. So 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, every single person that longed here was hoping and praying that their entry, their long, remember for every sell there's a buy. So every single transaction, every single tick that moved these candles, so thousands and thousands of trades, this whole last 2 weeks, every single person that bought was hoping that they were buying at the last low.
Imagine buying at the start there, your first circle, and seeing the price wick up to the top of your fib, not taking any profit, and then getting stopped out. Like, you just wasted so much time in that trade when you didn't even take a 20% profit when it was right there, and you just got stopped.
Literally, and to add on to what you were saying earlier is there's losing a trade. So say you've got a profit, like maybe you've got a profitable system, and then you know that there's going to be wins and there's going to be losses, but there is nothing worse than a win turning into a loss.
Absolutely nothing worse. Just take it while it's there. Take it on the table. The market will dish out money, and you just need to take it. You need to have the conviction to just take it off the table. Be patient. Take your profit when it's there. Re-enter when it's right. The market has such a, I don't know, it's just such a crazy way of teaching you hard lessons. It's hard for us to convey this to new traders too. We can just tell you all of this shit, but you're gonna have to experience it yourself.
As I tell people, like, you gotta, if you're starting up, if you're gonna start trading, you gotta get ready for, like, maybe get a chalkboard, put it on your wall, and then start every time you make a mistake, start counting to 100.
You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, it's inevitable. It's part of being a trader. That's the thing that, so many people quit being a trader because it's hard.
Yeah, it's not a get rich
quick unforgiving
scheme, really, unfortunately. Yeah, well, and what I was just going to say before is, like, turning a winner into a loser. If there was like some sort of point system and a win was +1 and a loss was -1, then turning a win to a loss is basically a -2, because instead of, you're missing out on a +1 because it's not a win anymore, and then you're getting a loss as well. So you're getting a +1 is turning into a -1, and then the loss, the -1 is adding on as well. So you're getting a -2 with that one. So about 100% worse. Turning a winner into a loss, bro. Honestly, it's the worst thing there is.
It is. It's the worst feeling, but you just have to. You sometimes just have to experience it to learn your lesson.
Good experience it for sure. All right, Steezy, mate.
Very nice.
Thanks for your
Very
time, and you
nice.
can thank me for mine.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Good to Giga Chad dishing out the endless altcoin profits.
Look at that shit. Falling pizza, bro.
Yeah. It's the start of something glorious, people.
Can't wait
If
to
you
watch
knew
this
what we
in 2
knew-
years. Come back
If
and
we
watch
could
these
put the
videos.
conviction in people's hearts that we have, it'd be beautiful. But unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of people jump in when Bitcoin's at 70k.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of friends. Hey Steezy, hey Chad, hey, do you reckon I should buy now? 75k.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell them exactly the same thing that I told them when Bitcoin was at 60k. You can buy now, but I'm going to be selling it to you. It's exactly what I said. All
Yeah,
right.
I look forward to dumping on everybody's head at 70k.
Family and friends.
I
No.
love you all. Get ready to buy my bags.
All right, Steezy, bro. I'll talk to you later, man. Maybe we'll catch up tomorrow or something.
Yep, sounds good. Peace and love. Pleasure doing business.
Love.
See you all again very soon.
Let me just cancel and stop.